Good afternoon, dear students. My name is Rajneesh Tyagi, and I welcome to you all once again for the online classes at Master G Rajneesh Tyagi. And as you all know that, dear students, nowadays we are taking the chapter the enemy, and we already took five paragraph five sessions of this video. This is going to be the sixth one, and here we go for the next paragraph, which he worked so long as it was for the work he did so excellently. You will have to give the anesthetic if he needs it, he said. Dr. Sadav said to his wife if he will need anesthesia during the operation, you will have to give him. She repeated blankly, but never have I. And his wife Hannah was totally surprised because she was not a doctor, and that's why she answered to her husband, I repeated blankly, but never have I. I have never used before anesthesia for any person, any patient. I so she was very surprising. It is easy enough, he said impatiently, and Dr. Sadav said it is not going to be very important. It is not going to be very. You do not supposed to be have very extraordinary degrees of the medical fields. It is very easy to do that, and I'll teach you. And he said impatiently that it is going to be very easy. You just do not worry. He was talking on the packing now, and the blood begin to flow more quickly, and the blood of that person, that prisoner, was going to be flow very quickly, and it was a crucial condition for him. He peered into the wound with the bright surgeon's light and fastness on his forehead, and he tried to look each and everything in the wounds of that person with the help of his light torchlight which was fit on his head. The bullet is still there, and he could have easily seen there the bullet was in the body of that person, and it was going to be very crucial and significant moment for the life of that white man. He said with cool interest, now I wonder how deep this rock wound is. Now I can understand that how can I get this bullet from the body of this person, because it was very it was visual too for it was visual for the doctors now. If it is not too deep, it may be that I can get the bullet, but the bleeding is not superficial. He has lost much blood, and he said we do not have much blood for him because he has already lost large quantity of the blood. So uh, we have to do something, because if the blood will be flowing on regularly and continuously, it will be more dangerous for this person. So operation, it was going very well, and the bullet was visualized for Dr. Sadao, and he was feeling good. But the thing was that they have to do something to have a good amount of the blood in his body also. At this moment, Hannah choked. He looked up and saw her face the color of sulfur. Don't faint, he said sharply. Uh, he did not put down his exploring instrument. If I stop now, the man will surely die. And he instructed to his wife, do not try to be faint right now, because this is the time. If you will put down the instruments on the floor, and I will be in the absence of yours, so I cannot I'm unable to save the life of this person. So you just have to be very careful right now, and please do not go for the faint. Don't be faint right now. She clapped her hands to her mouth and leaped up, her reacting, but he went on with his work. It will be better or her to empty her stomach, he thought the empty stomach for him is the good thing right now. He had forgotten that, of course, she had never she had never seen an operation, because it was going to be very first time for the life of Hannah, where she has seen an operation in front of her eyes. That's why she was not feeling so good, and sometimes she was going to be faint also, because the conditions and the thing which was happening, and at that time it was very first time in the life of that lady. So Sometimes she felt to be faint also, and Dr. Sadao tried to motivate him. But her distress and his inability to go to her at once made him impatient and irritable with this man who lay like dead under his knife. And he felt that sometime also that that person could be died if I will not be very good for him, if I will not treat him very well. So he was trying to motivate himself, and along with him also he was trying to motivate his wife Hana, who was doing a very great job for him, who was doing a very great, memorable thing for the life of Dr. Sadao. This man, he thought, there is no reason under heaven why he should live. This man, that lady said, there is no reason on this planet right now that why should he live right now on this planet. Unconsciously, this thought made him ruthless, and he proceeds sweetly. In his dream, the man moaned, but Sadaus paid no need except to mutter at him. Groan, the motor groan, if you like. I am not doing this for my own pleasure. In fact, I do not know why I am doing it. Even Dr. Sadao didn't know any idea. Dr. Sadao didn't have any idea that why he was going to save the life of that person. After all, he's an enemy of this country, and he's a Japanese person, and that person is a white man from America. And after all of these things, he was going to save the life of this person. So he was also confused that why I am a big doctor of this country is going to save the life of this person. It was going to be very strange, very unique, and a very memorable part of his life. Well, the door opened and there was Hana again. Hana came back again into that room, and is the anesthetic? She asked in a clear voice, and she asked him very well that where is the anesthetic? Anesthetic, I'm doing my job. So the motion with his chin, it is as well as that you came back. He said, this fellow is beginning to stir. She had the bottle and some cotton in her hand. But how shall I do it? She asked. She had a bottle in her hand and cotton also, but she never knew that how to give the anesthesia for the patient, because she was not a doctor. She was just going for the help of her husband, and she was doing a very great job for Dr. Sadao. So she wanted to know right now that what I have to do. Just please instruct me, and I'll go for my job. Simply stature the cotton and bolt it near these nostrils. Sadao replied without delay for any moment. Sadao did not wait for any second, and he said simply, stature the cotton and hold it near his nostrils. Hold it near the nostrils of this person, near the nose of this person, and he will smell it, and automatically he will be in the unconscious moment. Sadao replied, without any wait. When he breathes badly, move it away a little. She crouched close to the sleeping face of a young American. It was a piteously thin face, she thought, and the lips were twisted. The man was suffering, whether he. And she knew also this thing that the man is suffering from many problems. After all, they were all human beings, and this is the tendency of the human beings. If someone is in the problem, automatically we feel, we realize something, and it was also happening with Dr. Sadao and his wife Hana. It was piteously thin face, she thought, and the lips were twisted. The man was suffering whether he knew it or not. The man was in the problem, and it doesn't matter he's realizing or not. He realized or not, but he was in the problem. Who? The white man. Watching him, she wondered if the stories they heard sometimes of the suffering of prisoners were true. They came like records of rumors told by word of mouth, and always contradicted. And the newspapers, the reporters were always that whenever the Japanese armies went, the people received them gladly, with cries of joy, their liberations. And sometimes she remembered such men as General Takima, who at home beat his wife cruelly. Without no one motion it was, and it now that he had fought so victorious in the battle of the Manchuria. If a man like that could be so cruel to a woman in his power, would he not be cruel to one like this, for instance? And she was remembering an incident when she realized that men sometimes are cruel for the women. And she was realizing, and she was memorizing a moment of her life where she came to know that the man was going to beat his wife badly, and was not so cruel for her, but lady always petitious lady is always merciful for her husband. And she was just memorizing all these moments. She hoped anxiously that this young man had not been tortured. It was at this moment that she observed deep red scars his neck just under the ear, and she observed all the marks on his body, under the ear, under the nose, and on his neck. Those scars, he murmured, lifting eyes to Sada, but he did not answer. At this moment he felt that he felt the tip of his instrument strike again, sometimes hard, dangerously. And she was also realizing this moment that the thing is going to be very crucial and important and significant for him, because if we will not be successful at this time, definitely that person will lose his life right now. And those scars, those wounds were the witness of those all the things, evidence of all those things, that the person was suffering under the problems and was not able to come back properly in the life. But after all, those husband and wife were doing the great job. They were trying to protect that, they were trying to protect the life of that person, and also trying to give their best of efforts for the life of that white man. So dear students, that was the explanations of the day. And you did not answer me yesterday in the last videos of the question was that who was the superstitious person in this story, and the answer was the gardener, but you never replied. Well, once again, you have a question, and the question is that was Hannah also a doctor? Was Hannah also a doctor? Give me the answers in the comment box, yes or no. And stay healthy at your home. Try to protect yourself, your family members. Do whatever you are doing for the good things, for the good upcoming things in your life. And also try to save the environment, also try to save the environment and the atmosphere of your place wherever you are living. And slowly we will complete this chapter also, but you have to always be attentive, and you just always be very attentive to the classes, especially for the online classes, because we are doing very good things for you to have a good content. And we will meet tomorrow with the next paragraph. And I hope you all are good at your home. Do study well at your home. Stay blessed. God bless you all. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.
सुनो घंटी बजी स्कूल की, चलो स्कूल तुमको